They came in their stripes and in those familiar ball caps from around the world and from the land of TV punditry. It's the annual conference for American conservatives, known as CPAC, and today, on the minds of all, guns.
Senator Cruz.
That's Texas Senator Ted Cruz.
There's my senator, Ted Cruz. It's great to have you on the program.
Sitting down for a chat on, yes, NRA TV, slamming gun opponents.
Their long-term agenda they haven't hidden is confiscating firearms.
Indeed, this was a big day for the National Rifle Association, with the U.S. still reeling from that mass shooting in Florida last week. NRA President Wayne LaPierre took on those who'd now try to restrict guns in this country.
Their solution is to make you, all of you, less free.
His solution? Not fewer guns, but, as he put it, hardened schools.
Including effective, trained armed security that will absolutely protect every innocent child in this country.
We will not be gaslighted into thinking that we are responsible for a tragedy that we had nothing to do with.
Still, some here are open to other changes, stronger background checks, for example. But it's clear there's a red line to any whisper of a gun ban, including the kind used last week in Florida. Forget it.
I own an AR-15. I bought one. I never use it.
Oscar Torres lives just north of that high school in Parkland. He sees no easy fix for American gun violence, but a clawback on guns, he says, is a no-go, even his assault rifle. Why do you have it?
Because when I thought Obama was going to outlaw it, I went out and bought one. For self-protection, in case the neighborhood, we ever had to form neighborhood militias, basically.
He said is his right. And for so many Americans, that's just the way it is. Paul Hunter, CBC News, Washington.
As we reported last night, when survivors and parents of victims of mass shootings met with the U.S. president last night, he asked them for solutions, and this was the first answer that he got.
Teachers, administrators who have volunteered to have a firearm safely locked in the classroom, have them raise their hands to volunteer for the training, and when something like this starts, the first responders are already on campus.
So that got a lot of attention because it's a solution that could have come from the NRA itself. With more than 5 million members, its message travels. After all, the NRA's been honing it for decades. For its first 100 years, the NRA leadership was dominated by sportsmen, focused mostly on recreation and safety. But in the late 1970s, Harlan Carter took over, conservative, libertarian, an individual gun rights extremist. Carter hired a new PR firm.
The greatness of America is displayed in our constitutional right to bear arms.
Year after year, the message hardened, capitalizing on fear of crime in the 80s.
Mommy, what's wrong?
In the 90s, adopting an anti-government tone, even calling the FBI jackbooted thugs.
If some of them act like thugs, then that's what we'll call them.
And it got adept at targeting politicians personally.
Mr. Clinton, when what you say is wrong, that's a mistake. When you know it's wrong, that's a lie.
After Columbine, the NRA blamed films and video games.
Unless you start prosecuting, you're never going to cut to the culture of violence.
After the 2012 tragedy at Newtown, Connecticut, it waited one respectful week before calling for more guns.
Put armed police officers in every single school in this nation.
Now it has NRA TV, its own streaming service, and its message today, guns don't kill people, the media does.
No one on this planet benefits more from mass shootings and motivates more people to become mass shooters than our mainstream media. They cover these mass shootings for all they're worth, turning what was once an unknown sociopath into the most famous person on the planet for killing innocent people.